To a whole generation of you watching tonight, you probably grew up in the shadow of the nuclear war cloud. I can still recall my parents' fears vividly during the Cuban Missile Crisis as we huddled around our little black and white television screen, terrified that we might all perish in World War III. Many years later, I was actually present with my old boss from that time, Bob Carr, as Berliners tore down the Berlin Wall. I remember thinking, well, at least the threat of nuclear holocaust is behind us. But that unipolar moment has ended. There was no end of history, as so boldly predicted by Francis Fukuyama. We're living in a very, very dangerous world, likened by credible strategic thinkers to the fateful 1930s, immediately before the outbreak of the Second World War. In a leaked assessment prepared for the incoming Biden administration by the head of US Strategic Command, Admiral Charles Richard, he warned, quote, "There is a real possibility that a regional crisis with Russia or China could escalate quickly to a conflict involving nuclear weapons." Now that's chilling stuff, you'll agree. And already we've seen China muscling Taiwan this year, brazenly looking to establish a port facility and infrastructure at Daru in Papua New Guinea, right on our front veranda. And joining me tonight to discuss alarming developments in our region and the wider global security picture are two of your favourite guests and distinguished former soldiers, retired General and current serving Senator for New South Wales, Jim Molan, and Professor John Blaxland of the Strategic and Defence Studies Centre at ANU. Well, we'll cut straight to the chase. And gentlemen, thanks for joining us on a Friday night. Bleak topic indeed, but both of you over the summer were kind enough to come in and join me on Inside the News, and both said Taiwan was the strategic problem that worried you the most. And now we've got the Biden administration receiving warnings about great power rivalry, potentially escalating to nuclear conflict. Jim, is the Admiral being too alarmist?
No, I don't think he is, Catherine, and I think that one of the things which will drive him to making that assessment is the changed nature of nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons nowadays are much smaller, they're much better targeted. So the mutually assured destruction, which we used to, as we were growing up, that we used to see as the thing which stopped war, nowadays there are thoughts that maybe you could get away with a nuclear blast or two. Maybe the Chinese could borrow one of those nuclear torpedoes from the Russians and clear the Taiwan Straits of American nuclear submarines, or something along those lines. Yeah. No, I don't think that's bad at all.